Okay guys, I'm gonna be completely honest with you right now. I'm not happy. I'm a little bit angry. So I was just bored, lying in my bed behind me, looking on Snapchat, because yes, I have Snapchat. Don't worry about it, don't judge me for it. All the news things on there, I've been talking about Logan Paul and the stuff that he did with, you know, recording the dead body in the video. I'm not going to go over it. You probably know what's happened by now. If you click on this video, you're probably into the YouTube kind of thing anyway. I did record a video on it, but I'm not sure if I'm going to upload it or edit it or anything. I'm probably going to scrap the video, I'm not really sure. But I was looking around and there was another one about Logan Paul, and it was from the Telegraph, and I just decided, you know what, I'm bored, got nothing to do, I'll click on it. Now from what I've read of this report, I only read a little bit of it, but from what I read of it, it's not great. So it starts off pretty innocent. It says, for the first time in his YouTube career, Logan Paul has stopped his daily posts. The star said he is taking time to reflect on the recent controversy, but for many that's not the end of the story. And then there's just like all these animations and all that kind of stuff because it's Snapchat and they're trying to make it special. This is the interesting bit. The fury sparked when he posted a video of a dead body this week is part of a bigger problem. And then it says underneath, why YouTube is bad for all of us. I'm sorry, am I reading the Telegraph or am I reading the Wall Street Journal? That's very vague on what on earth you're talking about. And it shows Logan Paul and Jake Paul and PewDiePie and Zoella and all that kind of stuff. And then you gotta read it. Some of the things I've seen in this are very annoying and they're just stupid. But we're gonna read some of it. When Logan Paul, an American YouTube vlogger with 50 million subscribers, uploaded a video from Japan's Ahogigara, I don't know how to pronounce it, where many people go to take their lives, he set in motion another row over a site that has become embroiled in controversy. Now that is true, YouTube itself has been a lot of controversy recently, so I'll give them this one. This is true. The video was emblematic of the current state of YouTube, a media behemoth that has mutated beyond its original purpose as a community for like-minded people to interact with the motto of broadcast yourself, into a hyper-competitive, cutthroat world where everything is content. I don't get it. Its original purpose as a community for like-minded people to interact with the motto broadcast yourself has now turned into people where everything is content. If you're saying that it was better when it was broadcast yourself, doesn't that mean yourself, everything about yourself is content, is being broadcasted? I don't know, maybe I'm reading this wrong. Basically, what I'm getting from this is saying what used to be loads of like-minded people being nice and just uploading videos about, like, expressing themselves has turned to people trying to get tons of money and work their way up because of the algorithm, which I get. That is true. But not for everyone. Yes, there are some people, like the Pauls, like all these kind of clickbaity people, Lispy Jimmy, Keemstar, I guess. People do that. However, there are a lot of people who do not try and break the system. People like Jacksepticeye, people like Markiplier, Crank Gameplays, all these kind of people who are really nice and are big on the platform, Boogie2988, because of their content being good and not because they're trying to be nice to the algorithm and they're not trying to get into the cutthroat world trying to beat other people out. Also, the implication that this is only like a recent thing that people have been kind of like manipulating the algorithm to try and get big on the website is also quite wrong. Even before the site switched to the whole watch time preferred algorithm like it is now, people used to manipulate using similar video titles, tags and descriptions with reply girls. And they, like, even back then, which is like, what, 5 years ago or something, I don't know for sure, but it's not like this has only happened recently, it's been like this for quite a while. To win at YouTube, you need to serve what the site's algorithm wants, and the algorithm prioritizes quantity over quality. Watch time is the key metric, the ability to keep you watching longer and longer, consuming more and more video content, and the adverts served against it. 60 PC, I'm assuming 60%? Oh yeah, okay. Just put this percent sign. Whose revenue goes to the content creator. That's also not true. It depends on if you're partnered with YouTube, if you're partnered with like other networks, but it's just kind of a little thing. I'm not going to go too into that. Analysts have estimated that the site could be worth up to $102 billion, and individual YouTubers want their share of that profit. Yes. Is that too much to ask for? That's like saying you, Chris Stokell Walker, who wrote this for the Telegraph, who was creating content for the Telegraph, do not want part of the profit that the Telegraph makes. Of course you want part of the profit. You're making the content that the Telegraph needs. We're making the content that YouTube needs. Of course these people who bring people into the site want some of the profit. I don't get what that's trying to say. That's not a bad thing. Maybe they're not trying to say it's a bad thing, but seems that way. Controversy also attracts eyeballs, which is why in the wake of the backlash against Paul, countless YouTubers uploaded their own reaction videos hoping to piggyback on the incident. Now this one annoys me. Trying to piggyback off the incident. Yes, there are the people like the Cavosses and other people like that who have just uploaded videos immediately about the subject and are trying to milk it for views and stuff like that. There's also people like Gaijin Goomba, like Wiggin2988 again, like PewDiePie, like me, my video, I didn't upload it. The point being, we're not making these videos to piggyback, we're doing it because we're trying to show people that what's happening on YouTube is wrong. The videos are usually about how Logan Paul messed up, or about how YouTube is favoritizing, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but like, it's showing favoritism towards the bigger YouTubers and not striking their videos down while punishing little ones. That's what most of these videos are about. However, the way you're making it is saying as if we're just watching the videos and going, oh, that was a weird video, oh, that shouldn't be good, and then monetizing the video and making money from the same thing that Logan Paul did, which is not at all. Yes, there are kind of some people who have been doing that, but it's very few because of how big this problem was on the internet as a whole and not just on YouTube as a platform. I was thinking, when I was making the video for it, I was thinking the more people who make videos about this subject and kind of show that we disagree with what's happening on YouTube, the better. But when people like this, like the Telegraph, are just taking it out of context, again, the whole context thing, oh my god, why does this always happen? And saying, oh look at that, they're piggybacking off of the content, when that's not the point at all. And guess what, Telegraph? By that logic, you're doing exactly the same thing. I'm sure they'd be real quick to judge if all of us YouTubers just sitting here just letting this whole thing happen as if nothing happened on the website. It's also why re-uploaded versions of the video continue to be posted to the website at one point at a rate of 1 every 5 minutes, even days after the original video was deleted. This happens all the time just by people who want to share the content so people can see how messed up Logan Paul is, to expose him and show people who haven't seen it. Some people, yes, are trying to gain profit, but the people who are trying to gain profit from this video that isn't theirs are not put on a pedestal. No one who are passionate about YouTube likes those kind of people, so what is your point? Paul and many other YouTubers post regular daily videos to feed the algorithm, which are often outlandish or extreme in nature. The race to the bottom has resulted in recent months in an American YouTuber dying after a prank that aimed to use a book to stop a bullet went wrong, and a British YouTuber calling the emergency service of cementing his head into a microwave. The first thing about this, the whole thing about the YouTuber dying after the book thing, this was ages ago. It was some girlfriend or boyfriend who was like, hey, I'm gonna put a book here and then you're gonna shoot it and it's not gonna kill me. Obviously ended up doing it. That was completely messed up. And then the bottom thing is about TGF Bro when he got his head stuck in the microwave, which is also just stupid. And the way they're wording this is if these videos are the ones that are getting views. Pretty much the only reason they're getting views is because people like the Telegraph are making news reports on them about how they happen, and then people go and see just for the shock value. Hardly anyone goes to YouTube to see this kind of stuff. There's other websites for that. And once again, why are you kind of judging the whole thing of YouTube on a few individuals who are just stupid and will do anything for money? The point of this part is meant to be like, hey, look at these videos that are being suggested by the algorithm because of how horrible they are. Like, that's what the point is meant to be. But that's just not why they're being suggested. It's just because they happen to be the certain length and because they're being shared by other websites, aka news websites like the Telegraph. TGF Bro have been doing stuff like this for a long time, and it's weird how like this has only just been picked up. Like with the whole microwave being stuck in the head thing, like I'm surprised something like this didn't happen sooner. The amount of ridiculous stuff they've been doing for ages, like for at least a year. Pressures of constantly creating, filming, editing and uploading content combined with the relative youth of those who become famous on the site means that many YouTubers are too busy or ill-equipped to consider the content or the ethics of what they're uploading. Not everyone who's successful on the site is really young. Yes, recently I have been, but it's just been because of the Vine invasion. But yeah, I agree that some aren't considering the ethics of what they're uploading, but whether that's about the stress of constantly creating to get money, it's probably because of the adpocalypse. Because when they were okay before at uploading every day, now they've got to try a lot harder to get the same amount of revenue they had before, and for some people that's the only way they can survive because of reports like this. To be clear that I am not at all defending people who do this like kind of ridiculous stuff on YouTube. All I'm saying is that the stress that Telegraph is referring to is probably somewhat, you know, from the whole adpocalypse thing. People who do put stuff on the site should really think about it a lot more, and I think that in Logan Paul's case, I personally feel like he did think about it maybe, and he just didn't care and just wanted views from, you know, like all this kind of controversy from Twitter and the news and stuff. He knew it was going to get views like that. Yeah, I don't know. You have in this case a person in his 20s posting something without ever really having any way to think about the implications. We're going to see this more frequently. This isn't just a YouTube thing, this is just online in general. This is just like the whole thing of internet celebrities. So I don't see why you're judging it right down to YouTube. People do this kind of stuff, and like when they're young and don't really think about what they're posting on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, but just because YouTube happens to have like an ad thing where people can get paid for it, suddenly it's like YouTube's awful for you. I don't get it, and we're going to see this more frequently. We're only going to see it more frequently if YouTube doesn't do anything about it. I do agree that YouTube is not handling this in the right way, but us creators who are making the videos on this subject are saying that they're not doing it the right way, and are trying to cause enough of a noise about it to try and get them to realise and actually take control of their website and the community guidelines that they set in place and do what they say they're going to do. Then when we do that, then we'll suddenly be called out by this same article saying that we're piggybacking off the success of some horrible crime committed online. You can't do one without doing the other, apparently. You can't tell YouTube to fix the system without giving an example of how the system's been broken. But as soon as we give an example of how the system is broken, then suddenly we're piggybacking off of that system being broken. It's hard to explain, but I'm sure you probably get it. YouTube has democratized the world of content creation, cutting out entire layers of middlemen. Hollywood studios, television production companies, and censors have fallen by the wayside as YouTubers have a direct connection with their audience. In many respects, this is a good thing, but on occasion it can result in missteps, as many are recognising. Fair enough, I haven't really got a problem with that. It's a pretty good thing really, and usually what used to happen, or still happens, if people are misusing this kind of power, they get called out for it. iDubbbz calls them out for it, or other YouTubers call them out for it. The success doesn't last too long. It's only recently that people like RiceGum and Jake Paul and Logan Paul, all these kind of people who are like this, have for some reason been getting so popular and popular, but it's likely been because of the TV audience. If you didn't know, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, they were Disney stars. They were also Vine stars. After Vine shut down, they moved to YouTube, and then Disney, they were fired from Disney. I'm not sure about Logan Paul, but I'm assuming Logan Paul was also fired from Disney. So then all like the teenage girl fans who are from Disney suddenly came over to what Logan Paul and Jake Paul were doing now, which is YouTube. It just so happens that these people are very young, and this happens a lot with Disney stars and stuff. People, you know, Logan Paul and that, who had this massive audience, just didn't care what they were doing. It just happened to be YouTube that they chose, and because they had this massive just audience who don't care what they do, are dedicated no matter what, then it just makes the site look bad. Like, look at how many people are watching this thing. It's not our fault. We're trying to make lovely content, because if we don't get any revenue and we go homeless. It became obvious years ago that it was too hard to police everything effectively online because too much content was being uploaded so quickly. Automation became the default mode of policing content, but its strict rules-based system means unpalatable videos can slip through the net. Now it talks about ElsaGate, about how YouTube Kids was going wrong. When alerted to the problem, YouTube acted quickly but after the fact. 150,000 unsavory videos were scrubbed from the platform in a week. 270 accounts uploading the content were deleted. So YouTube handled it. Like, I know it took them a while, but it probably only took them a while because they've got other things on their mind at the moment and they're not really paying much attention to the site. I'm not defending YouTube as a company. As a company, YouTube are not doing well at all right now, and I hate them. But after people made enough fuss about it, after the YouTubers made fuss about it, no one listened to us. And after people like the Telegraph and stuff actually made light about it, and all the ads pulled out, which they did after the ads pulled out because they're geniuses, they actually sorted the problem. So the problem is being sorted. Pretty much the only time they will respond to things is when someone calls attention to it. I can't argue with that. Now it's talking about how the more people are being hired for YouTube and sorting out YouTube as a platform and all the videos being on it that are bad. And then it says, even if serious action is taken, this is not a problem that will go away quickly. Those entering their teenage years in 2018 have not known a world without YouTube, and have had their career goals and the way they view the world shaped by the site. Producing online videos as a career is the main goal for children, a third of whom told a survey last year that they wanted to be a YouTuber, 3 times the number who said they wanted to be a doctor or nurse when they grow up. YouTube universities have cropped up around the world, teaching youngsters the skills they need to create and produce videos online. As well as creating content of their own, children have been molded by the content they've consumed on the site. Undoing those learned habits will prove difficult. The people who use these things the most are teenagers with their first smartphone. It says Ian Danskin, an American YouTuber, uploads video essays about web culture, social politics, and games. It is new, it's very addictive, tends to be the dominant way of interacting with social media. That's basically it. I haven't put the whole thing in the video, I'm assuming I haven't put the whole thing in the video because I've been recording for 24 minutes, my camera's about to die. But that last bit about YouTube shaping kid culture, when I was younger, like really young, and I didn't watch YouTube for entertainment, I watched TV. Guess what I wanted to be? I wanted to be on TV. I wanted to be an actor or a movie star. Of course, lots of people did. But now YouTube is the bigger kind of entertainment for kids. Now we want to be that. It's just kind of, why is that a surprise? When you're young and you see these kind of people on TV or online or in movies that you look up to basically, and you want to do that because you think it's like such a good way of life, and you think, oh, that's easy to do. Not until you get older do you realize how actually hard it is. But when you're younger, you don't know about that. You just see, oh, they're on TV, I want to do that. But I don't see why that's such a bad thing. I'm sure some of these people saying, oh, I want to do this, will grow out of that. And about the whole YouTube University thing about video editing and all that kind of stuff, why is learning about video editing a bad thing? Video editing doesn't only need to be for YouTube. It can be for advertising, it can be for television, it can be for film, music videos. I don't get why they're trying to paint the fact that kids are watching YouTube and being inspired by it to be creative as a bad thing. So after editing for a bit and watching this bit back, I do realise that they're talking about how people who look up to people like Logan Paul will try and copy them and all that stuff. Now that's bad, which I do agree, that's quite bad. So yeah, I agree with that. Don't really know what else to say, but I do have some other points about how they're saying about how YouTube just wanting to be a YouTuber is bad, which I have points about, but yeah, right, I don't know. All I've seen at this point, the kids, is that, whoa, I can get a job by playing Minecraft, whoa, but wait until they actually have a look into what it consists of editing content, learning how to edit, learning how to be confident in front of camera, learning how to, speak better. I'm not very good at it, but I can try. Of getting this set up, of getting an audience, setting up an AdSense account, joining a network, making sure your content is monetizable. It's not just as easy as I'm going to be a YouTuber, just as it's not as easy to be like, I want to be a movie star. So why say, look how many kids want to be a YouTuber, and look at all these bad YouTubers. Your kids are going to be this. Because no, that's not how it works. The amount of people on TV or in movies or in music who have done horrible things as well. I've never seen a report saying, do not watch Fox, this actor has done this and your kid wants to be like him. It's still new to these people. They feel threatened by it, and any chance they see to kind of cut down the platform for what it is or what it looks like it is, they'll take it. Yes, I'm here to admit, obviously there's not all good people on YouTube, but guess what? It's the internet. With a platform like YouTube where anyone can upload stuff onto the internet and somehow get popular, of course this stuff is going to happen. There's going to be idiots who put their heads inside microwaves. There's going to be idiots who try and manipulate death and all this kind of stuff to get money. But guess what? These people are called out on the platform. A lot of the people who are big on the platform are actually genuine people and want to see YouTube be a good thing. Like I said, it's as if they think that this stuff happens on YouTube, gets popular, and everyone loves it. That's not how it works. If something bad happens on YouTube, we're gonna call it out. We're gonna try to fix something. But the bottom line is, us creators, we don't work on YouTube. We don't know how to code websites. We can't run the algorithm, and apparently YouTube as a company can't either. We're trying our best, and please don't try and ruin this thing which people have done their best to try and be good, and don't go around saying this is awful and get more advertisers to pull out and get more boycotts happening and make parents think, I'm not getting my kid to watch YouTube, they'll see a dead body because one YouTuber did it. It's fear-mongering. And I know this isn't the biggest thing happening in the world right now. I know there's a lot of bigger things happening, but this is important to me, this is important to a lot of people, and I don't know what else to say. This video's been all over the place. A lot of my content has been recently, I apologise for that, but I just wanted to make a video about this from the things I saw when they say we piggyback and say about how bad YouTube is and how dreadful, be scared. It's just, I don't know. Bottom line is they don't care. my camera's about to die. They don't care. They've got the clicks. If they get people to go away from YouTube and watching people like Philip DeFranco, then they can come back to good old mainstream media, because you know how reliable mainstream media are, don't you? With The Sun and the Wall Street Journal and the Daily Mail. Oh, aren't they trustworthy? Why don't you watch TV for the news, like Fox News and all this kind of stuff? Aren't they reliable? I don't know. YouTube's a good thing. Don't say it's not, because it is. Of course people are going to misuse the site, but that's what's going to happen with any site. People misuse Wikipedia. I don't see any reports saying, don't let your kids go on Wikipedia, they could learn bad stuff. I don't know what this video has become. I had a point, I lost it. I think I'm just going to end the video. I don't know what else to say. I'm just going to end the video.
We can't let this be a thing that exists and just be a terrible moment that exists on YouTube. We can't let this be the defining moment for what YouTube is, and for the start of this year to start it off with something like this just existing on YouTube and everyone thinking that that's just the way YouTube is.